It's so good! I love it. Sorry, that was a really loud clap. I surprised myself.
Those people.
You there! Oh, well, ready for this? It's
Anyway,
Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas. We're in tier 4. We are eating everything. Hello! I hope you're all okay and all good. Welcome to another video. My name is George. For those of you who don't know, feel free to subscribe down below if you're not already. And this is Jordan.
Hello.
Hello. And today, I posted a little thing on Instagram a couple of days ago about doing a festive, boyfriendy Q&A thing. One of the things that got requested during Vlogmas was to do like an updated boyfriend tag. And I looked at the boyfriend tag questions, and we did do a boyfriend tag like 8 years ago. And you can go and watch it if you want. It's really good. But obviously all of those answers, I think, are pretty much the same. So I thought it would be more interesting to like tell you whatever it is that you want to know. Hence the Q&A questions here. So we have 12 questions that have been asked by lovely people over on Instagram, and we're just gonna dive straight into it. The first question is from Briar and her books, which is favourite festive film to watch together.
Are you going to mention the fact that this is our first Christmas together?
Oh, I probably should do that. Should we do that? Okay, probably should have done that before I started the questions, really.
No, it is the answer to that question, isn't it? We've only watched one.
So we've only watched one Christmas film so far. This is our first Christmas together, actually. Because of tier 4 restrictions happening in London, neither Jordan or I can actually go to our homes for the festive period. Well, I did that because so Jordan is north and I am south, so we would do this.
Yeah, it's our first Christmas together in 8 years.
8 years.
No pressure.
I know. So we've actually only watched one festive film together so far, which was last night. We watched Home Alone.
Yeah. The original
Home Alone. Which I've only seen once, and I think the last time I saw it was with you.
Yeah, it's a good film. I think we really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And you made me buy The Grinch as well.
I did. So, like, a thing that we always do at my home, we're obsessed with How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is the Jim Carrey version of the film, not the Benedict Cumberbatch version that came out a couple of years ago. And it's not on any streaming service, so Jordan bought it.
But it is $3.99 on
Apple TV. Also on Amazon Prime as well, so you can...
That's a good deal.
It's a very good deal for a very
for
good film. So yeah, we've only watched one festive film together. I guess in a weird way we're sort of like, not creating traditions, but we're sort of like doing festive things. Experimenting with festive things and seeing what sticks. So yeah, Home Alone last night with the wonderful Catherine O'Hara, which I said to you, I couldn't believe the internet didn't know she was in it.
It means nothing.
It means nothing to me. It means nothing to you, but I cried.
Who is she?
So Catherine O'Hara plays Moira Rose in Schitt's Creek.
Right.
And there was like a weird thing on the internet a couple of weeks ago when everyone realised that Moira Rose is that Catherine O'Hara is the mum in Home Alone, and it was just one of those moments where the internet was like, oh my god, I can't believe that she was in this, and like most of the gays are just sat there like, and? Because we all know. So yeah, we don't really have one, but we have watched Home Alone, and we are going to watch The Grinch. Are there any other festive films you want to watch? You're not a big film person.
I'm not a festive film. I'm not a big film person, and I'm not a big festive film person. Does that make me miserable?
No.
I just find them all cheesy and samey. Yeah, I don't know.
Next question is, who gives the best gifts? So we've not done gifts for a couple of years because finances. And we didn't do them last year because we were in Disney World in November, single tier. So we didn't
watch the vlogs.
Watch the vlogs. They're really good. So we didn't do Christmas gifts last year because the holiday was like a Christmas gift to ourselves.
Yes.
Or to each other, however you want to think about it. But in the past, I would say you give the best Christmas gifts. I think because you like anticipate need. Like, I'm really terrible when it comes to people saying, what do you want for Christmas? Or your birthday, whatever it is. I'm terrible because I never know what I want. Which probably means I'm just sort of content with what I have or whatever. But you always like will find something that I either didn't know I needed / wanted, or it replaces something that I've been using that's old and falling apart.
I mean, there's no correct answer to this other than the other person, is there? Let's be real. Like, if I said it's me, then that looks bad on you.
Well,
But I do agree that I think I put a lot of thought into it.
I think we have different approaches.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to gift giving in general, you sort of think about it and anticipate what I might need or want. Whereas what I do is I listen to things that you say and things that you pick up. Like in the past, it's been like you've picked something up on a shelf and been like, oh, I really like this and I'm not going to buy it. And so I've got like notes apps on my phone that have things that you want in them. So it's sort of, we have different approaches to gift buying and giving.
Yeah.
But I think you're very good.
Thank you. It's a shame you're not getting anything this year.
No. Well, that's the worst part about all the tier 4 stuff. Like Jordan has like all of his family presents are like over there, and I've got all my presents like in my room, and we're not giving them to people until probably like the spring, which is just weird and random.
But we are still alive.
But we are still alive. Let's not dwell on the horrors of tier 4. Another question is, what festive film do you watch on Christmas Eve? Do you have one that you watch on Christmas Eve at home? Do you watch them at home?
See, that's the thing. I think watching Christmas films is a tradition for a family, isn't it? Which is why I know your family, you do watch them, and we don't. We just watch whatever's on. I mean, my dad is a big soap fan. Oh. So it's always the EastEnders and whatever. But yeah, not so much Christmas film.
Whereas, like I said, I think we always watch The Grinch in the run-up to Christmas. But I can't think of any other Christmas films that we will watch at Christmas. Like, normally, Christmas Day is a sort of whatever is on / whatever people have had bought for them, which I guess is probably becoming less and less in recent years because of, like, Netflix and Disney Plus and stuff. The Grinch is one for us, I think.
Okay.
We either watch
is that what I have to endure tomorrow?
You have to endure it at some point around the festive period, otherwise I'll be sad.
I'll be sad because I bought it for you, so we have
that
to
would
watch
be true.
it.
And also, I mean, this doesn't matter at all, and this may get edited out, but you bought it on Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus? Is that what it's called?
iTunes, yeah.
It's in 4K, which so we watched the trailer.
Which is definitely not in 4K.
Which is definitely not in 4K. And definitely the quality that we have watched it in at home, because it's just like DVD quality or something. And then watched the first couple of minutes in 4K, and I was just like amazed at just how clear everything was. There wasn't like this grain over everything. Yeah. So I'm going to have a good time
I'll
watching
give it
that.
a go. With Doritos over there.
Oh my god, yeah, we bought so many crisps. I've not posted my cheese puff haul on Instagram yet. I should do that.
I don't think you'd be able to fit them all in this viewfinder, to be fair.
Okay,
so we've got 6 bags over there, I think.
I feel like I've said this when it comes to snacks in the past. I love a savoury snack. And when tier 4 was being announced before I went to work, I bought myself some cheese puffs from M&S because they're very, very delicious. And then when we went out the day after to do our food shop, every shop that we went in, I bought cheese puffs because it's Christmas.
And we've only had one out of all of the bags so far.
So we've had the Aldi bag, which was very nice, bit salty. Reviews to come. No, it's not. The next question is best at wrapping / choosing gifts. So we've done choosing gifts. But
I thought that meant best at wrapping as in
oh my god, can you imagine?
Neither of us.
Best at wrapping gifts. Excuse me. No, I do not. I can't even pretend. So we've done choosing gifts, but who is the best at wrapping presents?
I think this is... You know who the answer to this is. Hands down.
But the other thing is though,
I'm not even going to show these people what.
Do you know what though? They look alright.
I think you did a good job.
You've done a really good job this year as well. But I enjoy wrapping presents. Yeah. When I have money in my life, I will go and I'll get myself nice paper from Paper Chase. Though the paper that you got from Aldi this year,
Aldi is a winner.
99p. So good. Both the shiny and the non-shiny. I will go to Paper Chase. I'll get nice paper. I'll get ribbons. And I really enjoy it. I honestly, and I think I've wrapped your presents for your family in the past because I just have fun when I do it.
Yep. For me, it is a massive chore.
I know.
I hate it. The paper just rips. The sellotape gets stuck on itself. It just falls apart. I can't fold it properly. It's just horrible. It's an ordeal. It's a bit of Christmas that I don't like. I like buying the presents, giving the presents, but the bit in between, ugh.
Oh, I love wrapping presents, honestly. And I think when we've done it, although we were listening to Christmas music when we did it the other day, which was really fun. Nice, yeah. Normally I will do it with something festive on in the background, whether that be music or a program. Yeah.
But thank you for your assistance. Even though they're still going to be here in April.
Honestly, it's my pleasure. Next question is, if you were to play a Disney character, who would you play? I think when I read this question to you, I think we interpreted it in different ways. I interpreted it to mean in the parks, and you interpreted it as live action, like live action film.
Oh, in a movie, yeah.
In a movie.
Yeah.
So we should answer both. So in a live action movie,
I might have to think about it though.
Maybe we should tell each other who we think we would play.
What? Who I think you would play?
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy, isn't it?
Why is it?
Who do you? Here's a meta question. Who do you think that you would want to play?
I mean Peter Pan.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
But the problem is for parks, I'm too tall for Peter Pan. I think.
But you do have a baby face. I couldn't get away with it really.
Well, which is why I think you would either be, and this is not a read, you would either be cast as a villain because villains always have beards. Or, because you're tall and you're dark and you're handsome, you'd be cast as a prince. So you'd be on a parade float just like doing all of this business, because that would just make sense because tall, dark and handsome. So it's very like...
Keep talking.
But also because you're dark haired as well, because we were watching the Disney Holiday Magic decorating thing on Disney+.
Yeah, the thing on Disney+.
And... all the women are wearing wigs. All the men, I think, are using their own hair. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if that is the same for the Disney princes. It would make sense if it was, I guess. So, like, this hair colour is perfect colour for, like, Prince Charming in Cinderella.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Little league boots.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I think it's an interesting question. Yeah, I definitely think you'd want Peter Pan.
I would love that, but, like, I just don't think it would happen. Because I think I'm too tall. I think again.
But is it in the movie? But you're not too tall for the movie.
Oh, well, that's true. They can like resize me. But yeah, at the parks, I think I'm too tall for Peter Pan. But in the parks, I think then I would purely based on the fact that I'm 6 foot tall and I smile. It would be a prince character.
I don't know who I'd want to play in a movie.
I feel like villains are always fun though.
I think I'd want to play a villain. I mean, my favourite thing to play would be Jafar, but that wouldn't happen.
That wouldn't happen, no.
But that would be fun.
Yeah. Well, also, yeah, because also tall, beardy. Could be menacing if you want to be menacing. Okay, so the next question is, what's your favourite thing about each other? It's a big old question, isn't it? There's lots of lovely things, so it's hard to pick. No. But you know what I mean? Like, we have lots of lovely times together. So, like, it's sort of hard to pick, like, a favourite specific thing. You're a damn good cuddler. I think that's good. When we're, like, watching programmes and I can just, like, lie on your chest and just, like, fully, like, koala myself. I like that.
Koala myself? That verb. To koala.
To koala. To grab on to your eucalyptus man.
I think you're a very good listener. So if I'm having a moan about something, work or home or something, you're very good at listening and empathising.
Thanks. Oh, actually, that's probably the other one for you.
Oh.
Is that you like it? Actually, no, but like off that, I will never forget when I was like feeling my ultimate sadness, and I think I maybe only mentioned it like over text because I was at work and I was just like really feeling my sadness. Got home. There was pizza on order. Miranda stand-up comedy was ready to go on the TV.
Oh, because you mentioned one time that you wanted to see that.
And so like we were so it was just like I sort of arrived home and it was like, right, come here, tell me the problems, let's do this. Like I think you're more pragmatic than I am. I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
And definitely. I think you're very
I think these people probably know that.
Oh yeah. I cry at most things.
Yeah.
Whereas you're very like
level-headed?
Yes. I will get overwhelmed by things. I will be swept away in a sea of things, whereas you would just be like, George, this, and this. And it's like, oh, yeah. Cool. Great.
Okay. But you're still good at listening.
Thanks.
Sometimes.
What is something that reminds you of each other? Songs, TV, etc. I don't think I can look at anything Disney parks related without thinking of you, because we've had 2 holidays there, one which we vlogged, one which we didn't, and we've had so many lovely memories there. There's anything that is remotely Disney park related that always reminds me of you. We used to have songs, like playlists of songs.
Yeah, we did. That was kind of cute.
Which was sweet. Like the song you were playing earlier on today, Dreams by the Cranberries.
Yeah.
So that is a song that always reminds me of you.
Oh.
Because it was the song that you sent to me. I'd never heard it before you. And same with Amy McDonald as well. associate Amy McDonald with you, and also Mika and Pink. There's artists that you've kind of like
converted you to.
Yeah, like sort of brought into my life. So like, yeah, those. But TV wise.
No.
Oh, there are like shows that we'll watch together. But
Like Only Connect.
Well, actually, yeah, like that's.
Like we have seen every single episode of Only Connect together.
Yeah, like there's a YouTube channel that has them all on it. So we went back to this as far as we could to the start, and we watched our way through all of them.
I think purely for the entertainment value of Victoria Coren Mitchell.
We love Victoria Coren Mitchell. She's brilliant.
She is brilliant.
Really is.
So yeah, I think that I can't watch that without you. Does that sort of count?
I think so, because I think there's...
Like when I went home for Christmas last year, the series was on like it is on now, and I wouldn't watch it without you. So I guess that counts. Even though it's a quiz and that's stupid, but...
Well, no, but like it's the same with like, there's like shows that we'll watch together. Like, and so it's the same with like, this is not the answer to this question at all, but like how there's things that we plan to do or see together. So like Only Connect, we're watching it together. Bake Off, we watch together.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's quite...
Mandalorian, we're sort of watching together. When we remember, can be asked.
It's not that good. Anyway.
Or theatre shows, for example. Like,
yes.
I'll be like, do you want to see this? Yes or no? And we'll decide whether we see that together or whether I see it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's not the answer to that question, but you know. This is a fun one. Favourite Disney park? And I want to know why as well.
So, if you asked me this question 10 years ago, it would be a different answer to what it is now.
Okay, I'm going to circle back to that.
Well, I'm going to tell you the
answer.
answer.
Okay, cool.
I think 10 years ago it would have been Epcot.
Okay.
It just felt... I think we spoke about this in an older vlog, in the quiz vlog that we did maybe. It was a different park back then, and it is not quite where it used to be. I know there's a lot of changes coming, hopefully, if they've still got the money, which will hopefully make it better, but it's not there for me anymore.
That's fair.
I still love it, but I think Animal Kingdom is where it's at now. Just because when we went last time, it was just an entirely different thing for me. Like the level, as an older adult, I think you appreciate as someone that's not a teenager, you appreciate more the theming and the sort of effort that goes into everything.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're a teenager, you're like, yeah, right. So yeah, Animal Kingdom way ahead for me.
Okay. Are you ready for the most basic answer?
I know what it's
in the
be.
history of any of these of any Disney Q&A ever. Magic Kingdom. It's like, if you've watched the vlogs, you will have seen like how emotional I get in that park more than others, I think. I think I get emotional at all the parks because it's just great to be there. But like walking into the Magic Kingdom for the first time, especially as we did it on day one, that was amazing. Happily Ever After fireworks, Festival of Fantasy Parade, Mickey's Christmas time, I don't know what the parade is actually called, but the Christmas parade, Minnie's Christmas time fireworks, all of those gorgeous rides that are both the new ones and the like heritage ones. I can't fault it, really. And I think it is just, I mean, I love the fact that we started and ended our Disney time there. Yeah, it's just my favourite. And it's got like, does it have all my favourite things to do in it? It's got
It's got food.
It's got food. It's got a lot of my favourite things to do in it. But like, obviously I love all the other parks, but like, I think my ultimate fave is Magic Kingdom.
I think I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Because I get to see your face at the start and finish.
Yeah.
That's a fair answer, I think.
I mean, and there's that picture of me on the boat away from Magic Kingdom where I'm just like crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get
It's got to be that
I
for
get
me,
that.
I think.
It's just that I think they've done such a brilliant job with Animal Kingdom. There's so much to see.
Oh God, I totally agree. And I hope we managed to capture that in the vlogs. I think we did get a lot of lovely B-roll of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And also we stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Oh my God, doing it again, hopefully one day. Oh my gosh. Next question. Any Christmas traditions? Do you have any that you have at home?
So, at home, no, I wouldn't say we do. I think quite a recent thing is this sort of Christmas Eve box thing, which we've started in the last sort of 5 years.
Oh.
So, sort of, my sister and I we'll get a box of small things to sort of
sweet.
tide us over to the Christmas day, like little snacks, and my sister will get pyjamas. I'm not a pyjama wearer, that kind of thing. So that's quite a recent thing in the last 5 years, which is quite nice because it sort of ticks you over to Christmas.
And are there any like staples of like a Christmas day or a festive period that like?
No, it's usually my dad spends all morning in the kitchen doing the dinner, and then we have the dinner, and then everyone will fall asleep on the sofa pretty much.
Nice.
So, we usually get to the Queen's speech, watch the Queen's speech, and then that's it until EastEnders.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's fairly. I know you go on. You answer this, but you go on your walks and things. We've never done a Christmas walk, so
like, yeah, there's. I mean, it's weird. Like tradition kind of makes it feel like it's like a staple thing, and you do it at a particular time or whatever. It's just sort of things that almost always happen.
Yeah.
Like we'll almost always watch The Grinch. There will be a film of some kind in the evening. There will be a game of some kind in the evening. Usually either Monopoly or Scrabble. I do love Monopoly. I'm hopefully going to make him play Monopoly. I do really enjoy it. Usually a Christmas Day walk at some point. We have dogs. So it's sort of like taking the dogs for a walk, but it's also I like going out for a walk on Christmas Day because it's sort of like I don't know. There's something about like the cold and the freshness of the air, like mixed with like the Christmassiness of it all, that sort of I really really enjoy. Yeah, so like nothing major. Although that was a question, like someone wanted a festive traditions video, so that's kind of it there for you. But that's sort of it. Like it's. Wake up, presents in the morning, chill while mum's cooking, lunch, dessert, game walk film or walk film game, sort of that kind of.
It's interesting that, not that it really makes a difference, but it's almost exclusively my dad that does the Christmas dinner, and it's your mum that does the Christmas dinner.
Yes, but I think people will. I mean, there's always an offer to chip in. Somewhere, but like I don't know. I think sometimes they sort of have a way of doing it in a way. Like I think my mum has a way of doing things. Oh, you have one.
Sorry, I just had one thing. Yeah, because I was just thinking about chipping in. I suppose one Christmas tradition since I left home is that I will bring the dessert.
Yes.
So every year I buy a Christmas spread, usually a different Christmas spread, and take it home with some custard.
That's a good tradition. That is a tradition.
Yeah, ever since I left home, I think I've got the dessert. So. This year, the Christmas spread's got to be a sort of summer special, isn't it? Really,
it's going to be so weird. Like my mum always bakes. That's another Christmas tradition, I guess. My mum always bakes. So there's always mince pies, sausage rolls, sometimes cheese straws. These sausage rolls, I can't tell you.
They're very good.
They're so good. And like, mum was sending me pictures of, because she'd started the Christmas baking. Because it always sort of starts around this time, and then she'll like do loads of it. But also usually then it will go to like other members of the family, because there'll be like family gatherings, but obviously that's not happening this year because they're also in tier 4. But I'll always end up bringing stuff back, so there'll always be like these deep filled mince pies and these like hefty sausage rolls, which mum has told me that she is freezing so that I can bring some back.
Good.
Although actually you're the one who's got me into mince pies. I never used to like mince pies.
Yeah, but
you
this
love
week we've
them.
just been destroying the mince pies.
Oh my god, like
we've got through so many boxes.
Lidl Black Forest mince pies. Mama. They are it.
And the Asda salted caramel.
Also it. Stunning.
This week we pushed the boat out and got Waitrose 1.
Yes, got those to try. It's
Anyway,
Christmas.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas. We're in tier 4. We are eating everything. A relationshipy question. Who normally gets their own way? Well,
yes. No, it's true.
It is true, but also I often don't mind what we do.
Well, that means I get my own way.
So it's sort of like, I feel like it's somewhat mutual, because more often than not it's like,
I just want to put a caveat on that I'm not mental. It's not like I must get my own way.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like that. It's just that I think you just give in too easily.
But yeah, but also like, oh well, ready for this? I don't mind what we're doing, because we're usually doing something fun. Yeah. Like I will sometimes say, oh, I really want to go for a walk today, or oh, I really need to do this today, or I'd really like to do this today. Or you'll be like, what do you want to do? And I was like, oh, we can do this. or we can do this, and then you'll decide. But yeah, more often than not, it's Jordan's way. Or the highway. No. Oh, no. What's the best Disney classic? See, we started at the beginning of lockdown, when I was struck down with the coronavirus. We watched Snow White. I was wrapped up in blankets and hoodies and duvets and stuff, like thinking I was gonna die watching Snow White on Disney Plus, because we were gonna watch all the films from start to present day. We've done 3. We've done Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio, and Dumbo. Yes. We tried to do Fantasia, but it was just a lot. It was just a whole lot. So I guess in the way we've done Fantasia, it was just a lot to deal with. So, but also I've watched more Disney films than you have.
So what's your answer then?
I don't know. I can't pick.
Okay.
I have like niche picks and I have like basic picks. They all make me cry, if that helps.
I think because of that, my answer would be Snow White, just because it was, for its time, so technologically advanced, and you can see that, and you can see sort of how it feeds into even modern day animation, and it's just good.
And I also love that like every documentary about Walt Disney and about the company focuses on Snow White and how it is this groundbreaking thing.
And it was. And when you go to, is it One Man Stream at Hollywood Studios, and they have the an example of the multiplaying camera there.
It's
and you can
so
just see
cool.
How crazy that is. Yeah.
Like, and it's that thing that they say it in all the documentaries, so you'll hear this again if you watch them. That Walt came up with the idea, or like he said, "Oh, I want something that does this," and couldn't believe it hadn't been invented already.
Yeah, I think that's my answer for that. I'm not as diverse in my Disney film knowledge as you are, so I do love The Lion King though, but that's not a classic, is it?
I think
97,
it is. It's over 20 years old at this point, so I feel like
it's almost
counts.
30, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess it counts. I remember growing up watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. My grandparents were heavy Disney fans. They used to go to the parks a lot. I think when they were in America, in Florida, I think, and they were staying somewhere, and this guy said, "Oh, you're here to visit Mickey?" And they were like, "Huh?" They had no idea. So they went and they loved it and took back my cousins and took me and my sister at one point as well. We also went to Paris with them. So I remember growing up watching like Snow White and things like that. Soundtrack wise, Beauty and the Beast, I think is unbelievable and just looks stunning. The original, not the live action one. The live action one is fine, but that like opening swell of music. If we're gonna go niche, Fox and the Hound. Like that film, I almost don't want to rewatch it because I'm afraid that it will be like
not so good,
not as good as I remember it being. But I used to love that film.
And you go on about the Aristocats?
Oh, the Aristocats! Oh my god, underrated. Like both of those films are underrated bangers of the Disney canon. Like like a bunch of cats in France. Like I can't describe the film very well. It's really good. You need to watch it. The guy who wants to get the fortune that is being left to these cats, so he like kidnaps the cats and throws them into a river, but they escape, and it's about them with the help of Thomas O'Malley the alley cat, helps them find their way home all through the streets of Paris. It's so good! I love it. Sorry, that was a really loud clap. I surprised myself. It's so good. It's such a good film. Thank you for the remind. One more question, which is, what is your next big adventure, Rona permitting? We don't know.
No. Yeah, I don't think we know, because it's just impossible to plan anything at the minute. There's a few places that I think I would like to go. Do these people know about our trip to the quiet site?
I don't think
so. They don't, do they? So, was it 2 years ago in
These
January?
people.
Those people.
You there.
I'm new to this.
I know, but that was funny. It just took a while to register.
Was it 2 years ago in January or 3 years ago?
3 years ago in January, I think it was 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 2017 because I wasn't doing my studies yet.
Yeah, so 3 years ago we went to the quiet site. Where is that? Penrith?
Penrith.
In the Lake District. It's sort of one of these, what would you call it, like a campsite kind of thing with what they call hobbit holes, sort of dug into the
dug into like the hillside.
the hills. Yeah, there we go. But you can also camp
Like
there
sort of
and
fashioned into them, yeah.
yeah, and take your camper van or whatever. But I got us a hobbit hole where you sort of take your own bedding, and they have heaters and electricity and things. But it was so stunning there, wasn't it?
You know how you look in the sky, look up at the sky anywhere near a city, and you can sort of see stars, and it's fine and it's pretty and whatever. Quiet site, you can see like galaxies outside your door. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they've done such a good job. It's in the middle of nowhere, so to get there from London, it took us like 6.5 hours all
We
in.
stopped along the way,
But we did stop.
and I can't drive because I'm useless, so there's that too.
But when you get there, you sort of go up. It's literally just in the hills, isn't it? And you sort of have this shack to yourself with a heater and a bed, electricity, toilet, basin, everything that you need. And it is just silent, isn't it?
The only thing you don't have is a shower. Like there's a shower block that's like, I don't know, like a 2-minute walk away. Like, but
with individual cubicles.
And honestly, the best night's sleep I think I've ever had. It was so quiet, sight. It was so dark. Like, you don't realise until you go somewhere like that, the amount of like ambient light, is that the wrong
light
word?
pollution.
Light pollution exists. Like,
yeah, it's interesting because both of us in our hometowns live in reasonably small places. Not like here in London where it's just chaos, but even back home, for both of us, there's still stuff.
Yeah.
There's still light. Whereas here, it's like, not light.
You like sit outside, there's like chairs outside the front of the hobbit hole, and you just kind of sit out there and you can just look at the brightness of the sky and the gorgeousness of the landscape. And it made me want to read The Lord of the Rings, which I didn't do. But it made me want to, because I was looking at it and I was like, oh my God, it's like when they're like walking through all the mountains and stuff. We got lost while we were there.
Ended up walking 16 miles in one day.
That was it 16 miles?
16 miles.
Ridiculous. Like we went the wrong, like we hand-drawn maps. Don't do it.
No.
I should have downloaded the Google Maps so that we knew how to get back. But we did this long walk to these gorgeous falls that was absolutely stunning. And then like had to make our way back and decided not to go the way the map was going because you had to walk through farmers' fields, and we thought, we'll just follow the road, and we followed the road the wrong way.
So we're having to walk in the pitch black with this, so that people can hopefully see us if they're coming down the road, swinging the light around. Yeah. Anyway, so that sort of answers the question because that was an adventure, and I would like to go back there.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe for a little bit longer.
So fun because the walk was so gorgeous.
It was so good.
All up these like giant hills, and you can just see for miles. It was. Again, like it was the walking and me being like, oh my God, I feel like I'm
doing something.
I feel like I'm in the
And it
Lord
was
of the
what you
Rings
call
right now.
fresh air.
Oh, the freshest. It was so good.
So that is an adventure.
Yes.
I would like to go back there. I'd like to do 3 nights because 2 nights you sort of got there and you're exploring and then you've got to come back again. Highly recommend that.
Yeah.
We were talking about going to Poland.
Yeah, that was
before
meant
the first lockdown.
Before the first lockdown, we were planning a trip to like go and see some of Europe because like we've not seen any of it really.
And it's so cheap.
And
the food is so good.
So we're looking at that. Obviously, want to do Disney again. Want to do Paris because neither of us have done. Well, I've done Disneyland Paris, but I was like 7. So all I really remember is being really scared of the Haunted Mansion and not being able to sleep. That's all I really remember of that trip, I think.
So it'll be the same when we go then?
The same. So we want to go back to Walt Disney World when it is safe to do so and things are sort of a little bit more back to normal. Maybe they've hired back their actors.
Maybe there's live entertainment.
Which is part of the whole experience anyway.
If you're listening,
why have you got rid of them?
pay your actors.
Please pay your actors. And we also want to do the Asia parks. If we're just talking in Disney stuff, we want to do all of
that
those.
That is not imminent.
That's not imminent.
We need a house.
That's future.
We need to afford a house.
Yes, but yeah, there's lots of things we want to do, lots of adventures we want to take. Just nothing concrete because like
it's just impossible.
I think the thing that the biggest kicker, I think, about going into tier 4 on Saturday was the fact that, like, we'd made plans, and having those plans cancelled is just, that's the worst part of all of it. Because I think I've said this in writing once before. Like,
we're talking politics.
I know. The thing that frustrated me the most and upset me the most about, like, pandemic in general is not being able to plan for anything. Because you're always planning for stuff. You're always thinking, what am I going to do next week, 2 weeks, a couple of years time, whatever. But the pandemic makes you feel like you have no future, because you can't look past the next day. So getting to Saturday and having those plans taken away from you is just like a final little gut punch from a government that is doing a really shit job, frankly.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's what it is. It's just the being unable to make plans is the worst part of all of this. So I know that there are people that are booking things and booking holidays and booking trips to places, but I just don't think my heart could take it.
No.
To be honest.
I mean,
because also we had stuff planned the weekend just gone. We were meant to be seeing a show, and then we went into tier 3 and that got cancelled, and staying in a hotel and stuff.
And now that's cancelled.
And that was obviously cancelled because of, the show was cancelled when we went into tier 3, the hotel was cancelled when we went into tier 4. So it's just the horrible unpredictability of it all is what is stopping us from booking anything, because I think I would just have a total meltdown.
That's fair. Also, we discovered some nice place in the UK during or after the first lockdown. When we went to West Wittering.
Oh, that beach.
So and obviously
we didn't
Alton
take you there.
Towers.
Sorry about that.
No,
it was
true.
gorgeous. Like, we went to Portsmouth and West Wittering Beach. We had afternoon tea with the Eat Out to Help Out scheme, RIP. Yeah, it was
and
really
there's
good.
a little trip to Alton Towers and
Bakewell and Matlock.
So that was lovely. I'd happily do that
Bletchley
again.
Park.
And it's so cost effective to stay in the UK.
Yeah.
And you can just go there and you can just buy things and just eat things.
What's
not to like?
Exactly. And they were really good trips.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to discover more places in the UK as well as all of, like, the international stuff. But we don't want to, like, I know there's people that have, like, booked Disney trips for 2021, and I just, like, I couldn't do it. I admire you and your gung-ho attitude, but I think I would be too scared. I would be so scared, because there was, like, times when we were going on our 2019 trip when it was like a year away, and and there was, like, a possibility of not being able to go. And that was heartbreaking enough.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we well and truly answered that one.
Oh my God, yeah. Well,
can you tell we want to get out?
We want to go places! But, like, people are being vaccinated. The world is steadily moving in a positive direction and in a back to normal way. So hopefully this isn't forever. This is just for now. But that is the end of this video. Thank you so much if you sent in questions, and thank you so much for watching if you did. If you made it this far in the video, please leave a sunshine emoji in the comments below.
And give a thumbs up.
Because we all need a little bit of sunshine. So don't forget to put a thumb on this video and subscribe down below if you want to see more. I love each and every one of your faces, but not as much as I love Jordan's. And I will speak to you as soon as I possibly can. Bye. I didn't even need to ask. Isn't it nice?